So I guess we can probably just go ahead and start. Um, Let me see if it'll pick up over YouTube because I'm trying to connect it with YouTube. Right, Sid, me see it. You see it up there? So saying live, it's going like it's a go with
Yes,
itself.
it's saying live.
But like when look over there, so yes. Let me see if it'll show. We're going to put my YouTube and see if it really pick up for you. Can we just try this? Is the first time I'm gonna try this. So yes, it's over there. Lord Jesus, me feel good. Yes, girl.
All
I
right, so
see
everything
you.
rolling now.
Yes, everything is rolling. So I'm gonna have to share this one from over here so that persons can access here who can access. Otherwise, we'll have to access from that end. All right. Oh, so girl, you couldn't come on via the other thing. It's working. You couldn't come on via the other link so we could have see you. Janelle, come on from over that end.
Oh, okay.
I wanted you to come on over here, Janelle.
Oh,
More
the
fight
stream you're
you.
on.
Yeah. See, Anisha won't jump off. Cause some people, it look like the bandwidth on the stream is different. Who is the other person on the YouTube? Can you say your name? Lovely peoples. My happy phone over here. I'm so happy for you all. And her, glad. So we can start a little discussion. Jesus, I've been waiting. I don't know. I want to take so long. I mean, no, no, for not cooking. So I
At
don't know.
this hour? At this
Yeah,
hour?
that's what I'm saying. I don't know them. You know, much people tell me say them so come on. This I when you did I watch football, all sort of lovely
According to
something.
my mother, they're supposed to finish cook by 1 o'clock.
Well, that wasn't me today at all. I started cooking at what 2? Started cooking at
Two?
2. Yeah,
Mm.
started cooking at 2. All right, guys. So welcome to our first council corner session where we will be discussing love languages. I wanted to put some other stuff into the mix. The men are not yet on, and they're very, very pertinent because I have a lot of female friends. They are very pertinent to this discussion because I'd like to hear from their angle how they treat with certain things. Hi. So, ladies, while we're at it, you want to help me to understand some of the deal breakers that you have? Janelle, since you're over there, so you can probably just type because since we're not gonna get for see you. Hi,
Ye-
Damien, why you don't come on from the other end? Why you not come on from the other end, sir? Cause me need the men. Me need to hear you. Your link not working, Damien. I feel like me a chat to myself. You see why me need the video call because
mhm.
the texting I got difficult for them to respond. But ladies, while you're at it, since we're rolling, we're recording with 3 minutes 35. Hi Wayne, can you click the link and come on from the other end? Are you just interested in coming on from? Or your internet are going bad? Well, hopefully they're able to see your responses. I'm gonna go have to read everything now because of course it's being recorded and people are going to know the responses. All right. So ladies, if you want to help me to understand some of the deal breakers when you're looking for an individual. For me, I can tell you, if you are I'm very hygienic. If hygiene is not your thing, we just not gonna mesh at all. You need to be somebody that can express yourself. I don't do so well, and you don't need to be able to cross your T's and dot your I's perfectly. But very strong on you need to be able to express yourself because communication is what kills and it is what builds a relationship. So I strongly believe that you should be able to articulate yourself. Also, you can't be mean. I know a lot of men don't like to hear when ladies go on that path,
Talk truth.
but you really cannot be mean for me because I like to get things. I like to receive. I like to be surprised. I don't know, and
Mm,
that also goes over in the love language aspect of stuff, which we will be discussing further on because that is one of the love languages. Some people like to receive gifts. I am one of
Mhm.
those. I'm very greedy. I'm very craving when it come on to gifts and stuff. So, um, yeah,
But I'm sure it's reciprocal, right?
yeah,
It's
men like to receive
reciprocated.
us. Yeah, men like to receive,
Yeah.
but
No,
I
man, I
find
meant
that
from your end. You were talking about yourself. So I'm saying I'm
oh,
sure it's
me giving back,
reciprocated.
of
You wouldn't be
course.
always
I don't know which
right.
one of my
So
friend them
there's
can speak
nothing wrong with that
otherwise.
for me. Uh, It's just persons know just always want to be receiving, and then
Yeah, don't like the
and then
giving
not,
part of
like
it.
you can't come up with something in your talk that can work. But nothing wrong with always wanting to receive
Yeah,
gifts
I
and be
don't know. Me
surprised and
like
all
me
of
don't
that.
know.
That
Some
kind of
people,
create little excitement and look,
yes, spontaneous. You just got work one day, one big
right,
bouquet to pay your table. You one day, well, you already know it's
At,
coming.
right, right.
Yeah,
listen,
we go there.
at age 26, I've never received a gift from a man. And I am 26 years old. Never, ever, ever, ever get a gift from a man.
Hush,
Oh
No
my
hush,
God!
goodie, hush,
No, we
goodie.
have got to change that. We
You
have to
probably
no
need
change
to
that, girl.
travel.
no birthday, no Christmas, Valentine's Day, no at all.
Oh, oh
You have to
my.
press them some of the time. You see, that's another thing I like to talk
That's my
about.
problem right there. As you go with the
Communication.
pressing,
You have to
if you
communicate.
ex- if you think I'm going to say it to you, mm-mm, you have to go kind
No,
of
but
use
you
your
have
head,
to
sir.
communicate. No, man, you have to communicate. Remember, say we're not mind readers out
Yes,
here now.
communication. That
So
yeah,
you
I
have
have
to
an issue with that,
communicate.
and
Say
I
this is
recognize
your.
it.
Oh, so this is one of your love language that you need to sort out because
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah,
to be
man.
able to
It is one of mine
communicate.
for real. Like I expect you to read my mind, but at the same time,
You want a
being
little
reasonable
surprise.
now,
Yeah.
being reasonable
They,
now. I
they
Mm-hmm.
will
think
take
if
me
I
out to
can think
dinner.
about it, it must cross your mind at least once.
No,
Yeah,
but you
I
know,
don't think I need to say to you, say, oh, bring a box of chocolate, bring a slice of cake, like bring one
yeah,
sweet
that is
yes.
biscuit.
kind of
I don't think
expected.
we need fear.
That's
I don't think we need fear slap you and say them something there.
that's
No,
kind
because
of
if I'm
expected
gonna
for
do
real.
that, if I'm gonna do that, real talk, people are big people know. If you not do it, somebody else will go do it, and then you're gonna feel a ways.
Definitely.
Why?
And then that is what break. That's why I say
Why?
communication
Right.
builds and it also kills relationship. Because but let me
True.
tell you guys, if a man comes into your life, chances are him don't know you. And in the getting to know, you can probably bring
Agreed.
up some of your love languages to say, okay,
Agreed.
so I'm this person. I like flowers. You don't have to necessarily tell him, say,
Right.
yo, go buy me flowers. Just
True.
hint him a
Wait,
little bit and
stick
say, you
a
know, some
pin
like
right
flowers.
there.
Yeah,
In
girl.
Jamaica now, the flowers thing, we have businesses that do floral arrangements and like drop it off and stuff like that. Cause I
Yes,
was thinking about
girl.
Yeah,
that the other day.
yes.
Yes,
Yes,
girl.
they do.
I
But
see.
the Jamaica,
One of my friend them get
But
one last week Friday.
Jamaican men don't send
they're
their
not
women
romantic that
flowers.
Yes,
way
they
and they're not
do.
really
Yes, they
thoughtful.
do. They do because one of my friends she got a bouquet on Friday. Right at Jane came the bus with the delivery people came with it, and her name was sticked in it perfectly. She was like, "Who is this from?" And then she read the little note and she just burst out. They do, but you just have to find that type. They're very rare, very rare.
Boy, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, God. God is that God definitely forsaken me because
He has not.
26 years, I mean, I've never had a serious relationship. No, it's just dating, and that's it. But nothing to say, oh, this is my boyfriend. No. It has gotten so bad that my family thinks I'm gay because
No.
I've never brought home anybody.
Oh
And
my.
Probably they're not
yeah,
worthy. You know, if you tell them, you will only
Yeah.
bring home someone who is worthy.
To meet the
exactly.
family, because you're not gonna just carry everybody go meet the family. Hell
Any
no.
old person.
You
No,
have
and
to
I
be
don't.
serious and then you make the
Yeah,
move.
'cause you're not looking for strays.
Yeah,
Hmm.
no. You know, carry 'em stray dog.
Yeah. You know, so me done with you. I
You're
stress
not
right
opening
out,
a
you know.
shelter.
I
No,
You're
stress
not
right
opening a
out.
honestly.
shelter.
Wow. But on a serious note though, Anicia, it's very difficult being the lady in the situation. I don't know if the men are listening, but I want them to listen. There are still ladies out here like myself who still believe in the type, old time type of thing. So you have to
Definitely.
approach us. We
Right.
won't go out there and
Mm-mm.
approach you. Me not believe
Nope.
me, I will never, let me just put that out there. I'll never propose to a mama. See, it's a trending thing now, but me not believe say that
Never.
trend there is my thing. So
Never.
men, I hope you're listening. There are still ladies out here who appreciate being taken out, being approached, flowers, cake, any little thing. I see Damien drop in back again. Damien, can you hear us this time around? Your Wi-Fi working now? Damien? All right. Hopefully he can
Yes,
hear.
I yes, I
Yay!
can
I
hear.
hear me hear you. Me hear you. Yes, so the ladies were out here crying out because the man them not perform. We don't love that. We don't love that. We want the man them to
Perform
come out.
it.
No, as in, there we
Mhm.
have Anicia saying that she has never gotten a gift from a male ever in all of her 26 years. She never have somebody like, come to her and say, babe, get dressed. We're going somewhere, them like a style. So the man them now, when I need like a work, when I need like a
Well,
sandong.
And why is it that as you meet a guy so
well,
and them
You
ask
say,
you no, I was saying as you meet a guy so and them ask you if you live alone and you say yes, the first thing they want to do is come over. Where you want come on my yard, sir? Carry me out on a date. I am not a monkey. I am definitely person. I am not a monkey. I need to go out. I am young, 26-year-old,
I've
and
never
you want
done
to
that.
come cook up in my house? No.
exactly. Damian, you want to respond to that from a male's perspective?
I have never done that though.
You've never taken out
I've
a
never
woman?
done that. No,
Eh,
like if a person is living alone and then no, just start ask for if I can come over and eat dinner
Oh,
stuff
it's
like
a
that.
trending
I
thing
never
though, because
done
I have a
that.
fellow that likes to ask me if him can come over. I don't know who tricky me now because me sure me post more than anybody else one Mr. name. So me not understand why I'm blind so.
Why they want come over?
I don't want to know that part that we see.
They always want come coop up in our house. I don't know you like
Alright,
that, or it's vice versa. They like to invite you to their homes. No, I just
I'm
know you.
not seeing you. Where are you logged on? You log on via the link? Somebody said them come in and them not. Me not see the person. Oh, see me down here. So why me never see this? How do I scroll this? Oh, Javi. Welcome, Javi. You hearing me?
Yes, good night. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Oh, great. Oh, so
Thank
so
you for
we
joining.
yeah. So I was actually speaking, but it seemed like you guys weren't hearing me.
No, we never hear you before. Damien was responding because Anissa expressed that in all of her 26 years on Earth as a female, she's never been taken out on a proper, decent date. Like somebody come and say, babe, put on your clothes or go in somewhere. She live alone and them always want come over. Them like a style, you get me? She want one decent somebody. So I'm here trying to hear from the male's perspective. What is it that you guys are thinking that you always want to come over? Yeah, you never tell her, say, yo, get dressed, let's go on a date. Or if you have, so give us from your perspective what type of guy you are.
Or birthday, Christmas, Valentine's Day, not
Yeah,
a
she not
gift,
getting a gift.
but then for the other days of the year, everybody in love with me and I'm amazing. So why on these special days you
You
can't show a
disappear.
little? You disappear. My birthday just gone a couple days ago, and not one present, no at all.
And
But
just
then
look as the week done. Them a go
look, just give it a few weeks after I get everybody had text me, hey, what's up? And I'm going to jump off a cliff.
So tell us, Damien and Javi, how wanna stay with the relationship style? What's you guys' love language? I wanna talk.
All right.
Ja- yeah.
All right. So I think most of the times, I guess it doesn't come like often, because most of the times when you meet females or whatsoever,
Yeah.
um, you don't really get that. What should I say now? Because most females not gonna really live alone or a certain way. So when man meet a woman now and them live alone, that unusual. So them always a go and try
Running
go
pan
over to
it.
that female house, yeah, run over. But as men, we understand that females like them something. Them like to go out. Them like to have dinners. Them like feel appreciated and respected. And I think as men, some of the time we kind of really feel to understand that we don't want to carry out the females them as much. We don't want make do some simple some stuff. So I think man can do better in that regard. We need to show the females them not just have them a yard, sit down, taking care of babies or whatsoever, but just to make them
Feel
carry them out,
appreciated.
appreciated, respected, and feel loved more.
That's true. I agree. I totally agree because I like to go out. I don't know about anybody else. I like when somebody come and say, let's get dressed, let's go out, let's go somewhere special. I don't know for
Mhm.
anybody else. I'm excited all the time. But I know when I find time from people always ask me when I get time. But trust me, if you say we're going somewhere, me have time.
Mhm.
Yeah, so the men need to do a little better in that area. Ladies, do you actually ask your men out? Because it doesn't just go one way now. It goes both ways. You can actually say, babe, I'm gonna see that
Of
place
course.
here
Of
and
And
course.
we
we
go
like
check it
gift
out.
as well, Queen Bee. We like gifts as well,
So
you
the
know?
first thing, so
I
this
don't
Yeah,
is
I
let's
don't
go
because
see
to the
I would do that, because I would, if I see something that I want to try. There's this page on Instagram called Date Night JA, and they always host little date nights for couples, and I would be the one to suggest, hey, let's do this. Let's try salsa dancing, or let's try a cooking segment together where we cook something, and I find it cute. But
It
will
is.
men go out of them way to plan a nice little date night? And even then, date night that doesn't necessarily have to be always going out. Date night can be okay. All right, that we're dating for a few weeks now. One day you just arrange a nice little setting inside, and we sit down, we have some wine, eat some popcorn, watch Netflix, and just have a nice little time.
Yeah,
It
but that's
doesn't.
after a while though, because if you say you don't want them come over, you
Yeah,
can't get
that's
that
what I'm
too
saying.
early.
After a few weeks of dating now and stuff, then you can have a nice little date night indoors. It doesn't
right.
necessarily have to always be outdoors or something expensive. Even if it's just to have a cute little picnic, and you make some nice
Van,
little cute sandwiches, and we go up to Hope Gardens and sit down and have a picnic. Nothing is wrong with that. You don't necessarily have to be no expensive over the top restaurants all the time, but it's just that we need to see some effort.
That's true. But
Effort.
I believe that men on a whole probably think that they need to go extra, as you said, you rightly said earlier. It doesn't necessarily have to be extra. Some girls appreciate little cute things. Like myself, I really don't require a lot. But just like for Sissy, you're trying. That's for me.
Trying. That's the
Because
word.
I know that time is hard, and based on where I meet you in your life, you may not be able to afford everything that I
Exactly.
might like.
But
So I would
effort.
appreciate your level and then you
Mm-hmm.
make a little effort with that. But I think men don't know if for them ego and them just want to do the most. And when them can't afford it, them just don't at all instead of putting in a little effort. So I don't know. But see, Damien, I say I feel one factor is that during the dating stage, ask some hard questions too much, surface level questions. That's why men and women don't feel like they should do anything. That's why men don't feel like they should do anything. So he's saying that they ask too much what? Surface level question. What do you mean? Elaborate a little bit more on that. A little bit more on that. What is surface question? Anybody know what that is? Can help him?
I guess he means vague questions, so nothing too deep. So they
But
don't really know your likes and dislikes. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
I
But at
think
the
that's a
same
rule,
time,
you
that's
know.
I still think that's what they use.
Isn't that a rule? Because I know a lot of people when they go, they always say they don't want to let you in too much. Isn't that a rule? And who created that rule? They don't want to, because I went out for drinks last week, and the person was talking, and them just a blah 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 blah, and then them probably let out too much, but them feel like so there's more to it, so them say them a hold off until another round. Mm. Is there a rule to this dating thing, as in how much you say on the first date?
I mean, it all depends on the vibe from the person. I mean, for the first date is usually it's going to be all fluff for me. I'm not gonna get too deep into everything. You know, on the first date, you're trying to impress the person, so I don't think you usually get into anything that's too deep on the first date. Maybe the second, because for me, first dates are always weird for me. Because, you know, it's your first time going out on a date with a person, so you get kind of shy, or, you know, but after a while, then yeah.
But don't you like talk, converse wherever else before you actually goes on the date so that it's a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah, that too, but it all depends because if it's a case where I went somewhere and I saw somebody once and they asked me for my number and
Mm.
we're texting and stuff and then them say, all right, then let's meet up one day. And we say, all right, then and then meet in person again. It can be weird sometimes. It's not like it's somebody who I know from donkey years ago and we decide to date. It's usually a case where I go somewhere, meet somebody, they take my number, we text for a few days, and then we'll have a meet up one day. And it can be kind of weird because I'm kind of shy at first. So I'm not gonna ask you some hard hitting questions right there and then.
Okay. Well, I mean, it makes sense because, of course, you don't know this person, you don't know what they're expecting. What you probably think is okay, the other person might find it annoying. So
Mhm.
I can understand that you want to be a little bit reserved on letting out who you really are. For me though, I don't know if it's the queen bee spirit or I'm just too confident, but I tend to give you everything on the first day. Either take it or you leave it. I lay everything on the table. I don't waste your time. So I just leave it all there. You either take it or leave it. That's me. So my first date is a bit much. And not everybody will appreciate the a bit much. But again, it's me. Say either take it or you leave it. So we don't waste time and do the second date if you can't manage. You get me?
Mhm.
So that's me. Everything out there, right there on the first date. Um, Nella, how you stay on the first date? Oh, she gone. Javi? Javi?
On the
How you
first
stay?
date, all right. So from a man's perspective, on the first date,
Yeah.
you want to give off a good impression because you want to ensure say there will be a second date, there will be a third date, there will be a fourth date. So you want to ensure say everything is right. You want to ensure that you have your car, you ensure that your wallet, you don't leave your wallet, and and you have enough money to cover that date.
Yes.
Um and then I mean we're not gonna go around the bush still. Before every date is always in the mind of a man to bingo on that first date. It might not necessarily.
I'm glad you're leaving the truth out here.
I mean, that is a part every man might, but yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily going to happen, but it is always a
The
possibility or
possibilities.
a probability. But
Oh
you know,
Lord.
it depends on how the date goes. But important say, you have meaningful conversations. You really use that date to get to know the person, and also for the persons to know you and just be yourself. So, you just look forward to meaningful conversation, and then if that work out, I guess, whatever will go in your favor, you know.
That's right. That's right. One individual that I went out with, he made it clear that he is very much turned off by somebody who, I guess, from a man invite you out on a date, they're going to pay for it, or they should pay for it. He's very much turned off by somebody who will order the most expensive thing on the menu. You see shrimp, or you take lobster. You see curry goat, you take curry mutton, or you take
One word for that, no
mutton
class.
that is no class. You call it. Some people would beg to
Yeah,
differ because
yeah,
if you're
yeah.
used to
No,
something, then you go there with that expectation. That is for
then
somebody who
hold
probably
on.
don't used to
Then
something and
hold on.
then
If you're used to it, you and the person would have that conversation. You would let the person know that look, this is my type of this is
no.
what my
But
palate.
first
This is
date,
what my
remember
palate is
first
used
date.
to, so they know that they can afford it. You can't
No,
just
sir.
go
Think
with
First
any
women
date,
person.
you
No,
can't
you
hit them
can't.
with that for the first date.
No man, but if your palate expensive, the man need to know say your palate expensive. Him can't think say a cheese patty, you think they are you gone trim.
No, to
You
me,
too
to
much.
me, not wrong
You
with being
too much.
expensive because no, to me, not
You
wrong
too
with being
much.
expensive.
Me, I mean, if I'm going out and I'm going to order something that is expensive, chances are I will say, and you can, my fellow probably can co-sign on this. I will say to you, I'm going to order this. I'm going to ask you for your budget. And then I'm going
Right.
to tell you that I will pay the difference. Because listen, this is what I want, and me normally get
Well,
what I want.
that's a better way of going about it. That you see, you're still showing some form of tact there. You can't just go out though.
Right.
And what the females don't understand is you have to have a little something about you. And if you don't use the some, you still have to kind of pretend. You're still in the getting to know the person stage. So you can't go
Yes.
with a long, you cannot go with a long belly. You just cannot do it. It don't look good. Whether the man
Yes.
have money or him don't have money, it don't look good. Don't do it.
Definitely. What about getting
Don't do it.
drunk on the first date? That's also a
Oh
tacky look.
No.
no
No,
no
you don't know the
no
person well enough for that. For, no, I wouldn't recommend that
no
at all.
no. One
Because
You have to,
cocktail and
no.
that's it.
yeah, because I mean you don't want him to see you like, what's wrong with this girl? And I mean,
Not
if
even
if
that.
he's
You
not
don't know
a
the
good
person well
guy,
enough.
he'll take advantage of you.
Exactly, right. So
Exactly.
you don't do that. As I said, it boils down to tact, having some tact and class. If you have tact and class, you won't behave a certain way, and no one will need to tell you how to carry yourself. After
That's
you've
true.
gotten to know the person and you're comfortable enough to let your guard down somewhat, then that's totally different. But on a first date or a first few couple of dates, that's a no-no.
Definitely, definitely. I agree. I certainly agree because I mean, if the shoe were on the other foot and I say, all right, we're going out. Say for example, I am bold enough to say, okay, I'm going to take you out on the first date, which I'll never do. So don't get it twisted.
Forever.
Ah, I would probably, recommend things on the menu. And then that's a trick too. Go to somewhere that you know already. So you're well aware about the menu. Stay so that you won't be too excited that anything him give you, you will accept it. And it's not a matter of, oh, I want to try this. So go somewhere that you've already been. You probably try everything on the menu already. You get me? So anything him offer would be okay for you. You don't go somewhere new, no, where you don't know nothing on the menu. You want to try basically everything because you're gonna probably try something that is too expensive, too pricey, and then the fellow will have a problem. What you feel about on the first day sharing food? Say you go to one of those Chinese restaurants where they serve pretty heavy, and the guy decides that he wants to share food with you. How you feel about
Mm.
that on the first date?
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, no problem
I
with
love
that. I
Chinese.
think
Now.
it's
I love
cute.
Chinese. I don't. I don't think I would have an issue with that at all.
Now the sharing of the food.
No. So
Him
hold on,
say,
we're not
what
eating
if
from
him
this.
can afford
We're
only
not eating
one?
from the same box. I mean, or the same plate. They must would have
All right,
multiple
maybe
plates and
maybe I probably
utensils.
shouldn't
So
say China then. All right, KFC, and him say we eat out of one
no,
box.
don't
Him
bother
buy a
with that.
3 piece. I
Like,
said,
him buy a 3 piece
I
and
see
say
you get
one
a
and
little
a half
KFC
piece.
yeah.
paper plate them.
and remember now, you have to be cute enough because you can't say you
Get the
want
knife
two of
and
the
fork in
chicken out
your
of the
bag.
tree. You have to take one of the chicken out of the tree.
Yeah, we go
Oh
take the breast
Lord.
piece,
See, Anisha
and him
says
get
she
the
not
other
share her
two.
food with nobody. You're not scraping from my plate. And you have some men, they order different from you because they want to dip in your plate. Javi, you're one of those? Damian Javi?
No, but women are like that, and I don't have a problem with sharing food on the first day because, as I said before, persons might order something different because you're both there to try something new. Because
Yeah.
when I go on a date, I don't expect to try the same food as the person I'm on the date with. You expect
Right.
to try, you
Hungarian.
expect to try something different, and nothing wrong if she kind of bend over and then
Take a
and
bite.
Dip
you,
in your plate.
yeah, something like that, and you try that, and then you like to try something from her
Her
side
plate.
as well. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Uh,
reasonable.
I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, first date, I'm probably a little bit antsy about that because I mean, me not know you like that. Well, generally, let me tell you generally how I am. I prefer if I share some of it and probably put on a plate, give you, than for you to reach over into my plate and try to partake of my meal. That's how I feel. I don't really appreciate somebody, coming over, especially if I haven't taken a bite as yet and then you just, this is the face I'll probably give you.
Yeah, yeah. I think you should. I think, but
Like
then
it's
again, you
strange.
have to ask. You have to ask first. Like you can't just say, "Yeah, piece," or "I'm gonna take a piece of that," or "Can I taste this?" And while you're saying it, your hand is halfway over. Like no, wait for the go ahead.
Yeah. I don't really like when
I'll
you
wait to
reach
see
over
how
in
I'm
my
gonna
plate.
get it to you. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. You
Me
can't
think some
can't do that
me
be
think
true.
something wrong with that one. Don't reach.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Wait until me give you the go ahead. Man. Yeah, true.
yeah. Me and my fellow big over this. Him can attest to that. I don't know why I'm not on here for kind of co-sign me today on these things because I'll get rough. I'm a foodie from morning, I'll get rough.
Yep.
When it comes on to
Yep.
my food, I'm
Yes,
rough.
please ask. Please ask.
Yeah, I'm very rough. I mean, if you want a piece, sure. But yeah, all that the thing if you want it, I'll go as far. I'm gonna show you how me crazy about my food. I'll go as far as to order you one of the same thing if you really want to taste it, rather than have you dipping from my plate 24/7. Because chances are, if you're gonna taste it, because I have good taste, so I'm always gonna pick something that is really nice. So you're gonna dip one time and then you're gonna want another dip. I'm gonna really appreciate the heap of dipping. You get me? So I'll go as far as to probably order you the same thing rather than to have you dipping 24/7. But everybody have them own opinion on this and everybody appreciate things differently. So there is no battering of persons who would allow that and persons who wouldn't. Just from my perspective. See, what's his name? Damien say, let's be honest, most men don't like when women dip in their plates. Order what you want. Well, you did say most men, you didn't say
Them
all
can't stop
because
that,
Javi
you
just
know.
say him no have no
It will be
problem with it.
happening.
Mm, I'm not
It will
sure.
be
I don't.
happening.
Do I do that though? I have to think about it a little bit. Do I actually dip? I think I'd only dip if you dip in my plate. It's almost like give me back because you take from me, so I'm gonna tip. No, It's probably on that perspective, but I don't normally probably a home grow or something. Me not really reach over and I try the potato plate. Unless you're probably, yeah. I find it a little bit strange. But yes. All right. How do you know when a man is really interested in a lady? Javi, I want to react when you're really interested in a lady.
Ah, I mean, communication is key. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think a lady will know if a man interested in her based upon how he communicates with her. So if you see the communication kind of inconsistent, that is a big
Yeah.
red flag. A man no communicate. A man no interested in you in that way. But once you see a guy is putting out the effort, ensuring that you get your morning text, ensure that he follow up to the communication right through the day. I think that is a big way for sure say a man interested in you. Also,
Oh,
just small gifts as well. Not expensive, but small gifts to show say you know this person spark your interest and you're willingly you I mean there's a willingness to get to know about her more.
okay. Well, me, how I think or feel like a man is interested is if, as you said, they constantly communicate. In the morning, you're the first person that them probably text. In the evening, you're probably the last person that they text. If they generally think, because my fellow will tell you, him say, when I ask, like, are you interested? And he said, I always think about you. Like, he's always thinking about me throughout the day. I get text right through the day. He never gets tired. If I say, I need to talk now, him somehow find the time. And of course, we both have 9 to 5s. But he makes the effort. So that's something that you can probably look out for. Hear me and speak like I'm a male now. But I'm just trying to give from what I think I believe that men, when they're interested, they try to put out a little extra effort. So if you now get the constant texting, because as like the song say, when a man loves a woman, he'll do about just about anything. And believe you me, that's very true. So if you're not seeing it, chances are you're not a kekla fish. Chances are. Because when a man wants something, he'll go to the extreme to ensure that you know. He may even start off a certain way and then cut it down, but he's going to show some amount of effort. As for me, I'll check up with you right through. And when you get home, make and listen to the crazy story that you have throughout the day. I guess that's true because they want to know how your day goes, so them ask you all of that. Um, Nella, how you know when somebody interested in you? Or Anicia?
So, sorry, I tuned out. Time to get carried to go to bed now. Bedtime for
Oh,
school tomorrow.
oh,
So
school
give
keeping tomorrow.
say that
School
again.
start back? Me never know say school
Yes,
start back.
they're doing it online.
Why when they not children, they don't know these things now. I
They're
hear him
doing
in
it
the sound
online.
sleepy at all. Even the sound like him ready for go sleep anytime
Mm-hmm.
soon.
And I'm meeting him tonight, 8 o'clock and bedtime. Go to your bed right now. You know the routine. Come, lie down now, baby.
All right, Anissa, in the meantime,
Mm-hmm.
how you know when a fellow is interested?
When he puts out effort,
Mm-hmm.
I keep stressing that word so much.
Effort.
Effort. Putting
Yeah.
in effort. If I don't see the effort, then you're not interested in me. So
What
as
does
a,
effort look like though?
okay, for instance, when you just meet somebody and you communicate to them to let them know what it is that you like, there's nothing to me. Like for instance, if I say to a guy, I like black forest cake, and then one day when we meet up, him present me with black forest cake, or little things to let him know, to let you see that he is
He's interested.
listening.
Yeah,
He is
yeah.
listening to you, and he knows what you likes, and yeah, little just effort. Effort. I
That's
keep
true.
stressing that word so much. Effort.
Well, Damien is saying, well, let's get deeper. If the guy already gets sex and still there, and show that same energy after sex, because let's be real, we men can be great pretenders until they get what they want. That's
Amen.
also that's also true. So if
Tambourine.
him get that and then him still around, chances are you got yourself a winner. Because once them
Mm-hmm.
get the partner, them normally stop show the same amount of energy
Energy.
as before the beginning, before them actually get between them legs, them thighs. So that is definitely true. Thanks for that input, and that's coming from a male. So ladies, please listen. Yes. We were talking about deal breakers earlier. I'm not sure if Javi was on. Javi, you want to tell us some of your deal breakers?
For women, all right. I think I don't know. If a woman don't have the drive enough, or lack independence, because you want a woman who have certain level of independence and can
Back you up.
yeah, hold her own.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're in a relationship, you expect to join a team, and that team is led by the man.
Yeah.
So you don't want a woman who just sit on a yard and all, so that is a big turn off for me. Like a woman who always expects a man to give them money, give them money, give them money, give them money, and you know, I, I mean, not gonna really say has nothing to bring at the table, but in terms of farming your own team, them not have nothing to offer to the team, because I think a relationship is a team that is led by the man. The man is the leader. The man make the man take care of the responsibilities. The man make the sacrifices. You know, the man lead the team. So I think that are what I wanna. I mean, there are several lead breakers, but that are the one of the main lead breakers
It's
for
the
me.
main
But
one for you.
it's so funny that he would say that because I know quite a few females who are currently unemployed and they have been that way for a while. And I'm telling you, I don't live the life that they live because when I am at my work, I'm at my decks, busting my brain, trying to meet deadlines. They're on the North Coast. They're getting the most expensive gifts, then getting money left, right, and center to pay their bills. And I'm like,
And you are do the
and
most and you not get them lovely stuff. You
me
know, me
not,
always ask the same
no,
question.
I
no,
always wonder
me,
what the recipe
Me
is for that.
always, I swear to
not,
God.
them nails ever do, eyelash ever do, hair
Look
ever
at
do,
me.
and me they work, and I am ambitious. I have everything that is, and listen, men not give me no, so I don't know, I don't know what, I
I
honestly don't know.
I totally understand, girl. Totally. Totally. Because I mean if Javi is going to say that, um sure. I believe that two hands it is that clap and not one. I believe that you should be able to back up a man, because a man won't always be able to do what, because say for example you meet Bill Gates today. Well, probably Bill Gates isn't the best example, but you meet a man today, he is very put together, him have everything in place, and then suddenly disaster strikes and
Mhm,
he isn't able to do all of that anymore.
mhm.
Everything not supposed to just dwindle away. You should be able to at least maintain things until he's
Things
able to do
look,
what
look up for
he
you
was doing
again.
before. You
Yeah.
can't, everything can just drop. So, and again, for all the ladies who are better off than myself, who meet men who don't demand nothing of you at all, and gives you everything, do not squander the money, guys. Put it to
That
use.
part. That
Put it to
part.
use. Like open a little business. Do something. Don't squander it. Because there are people out here like myself who would dream, only dream of these lovely stuff.
Oh, I
So
kind of, yeah.
yeah, please don't put it to waste. Don't waste it, please. Yes. Um. How well, Mr. Damien kind of answered this part earlier, but I still want to throw it out there. How do you know when the person is in it for the long haul? What from the beginning can you take as a pointer or a red flag to say whether this person isn't in it for the long haul, or them just there for the moment? Say you're winning right now, like okay, you're Elaine or one of them where run now and you get all the goals. So naturally the man go flock. And then when you stop, get all of the highlights and all of the 2 cents, if they're just gonna step away. How do you know if they're in it for the long haul? Anybody wanna take
I
that?
believe conversation is gonna dictate that though.
You
The
can
type
hear
of
it in a way them attack.
conversation. Yeah, the
Mm.
type of conversation they have there you're having with the person, whether it's something well, the conversation would be geared at a certain point towards the future. And I mean, at this, sometimes when you reach a big age, you just have to ask the person things upfront. What is it that you want? Where is this? You just sometimes you just have to be upfront. You can't just what I
And
say,
ask this from beginning.
weaving and bobbing.
No, ask this from
So
beginning. I don't know if I
no,
me
man, you
just
can't
enough.
ask that from the beginning.
Uh,
In the beginning, it's gonna be too soon. Like I mean, you
I
want
saw me enough. Cause from the beginning, me hello, the way I mean I like waste time, you see? Everything,
well, well, it all depends on the person. But in the beginning, I wouldn't be asking, just like what Anissa was saying earlier, she wouldn't be asking certain hard hitting questions on the first date or in the first, couple of dates. But after a
Yeah.
certain point in time, you don't have any time to waste. So you need to know, especially if you have certain goals that you want to achieve. So you
Yeah.
just you need at some point need to ask those type of questions so
That
that
is
you know
true.
where you stand.
That's true. I understand that because I mean, if you're with somebody, okay, let's play a little bit. I'm not gonna say devil advocate because at no point will I be playing with the devil. Um, say for example, you go in like Arnella is saying and Anissa is saying, you go into the situation, you don't answer deep questions initially, but you have in your mind like, yeah, we hope that this thing will get to a certain point. At what point though do you decide to ask this question? Anybody, Anisha? At what point do you ask this question now? Where are we going with this? How long is too long for dating, just dating without questions? Anisha?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, I want to know how long.
Um, Listen, I think after 6 weeks, 6 weeks is enough time to see if you really like this person. Because if I don't like you, after the first date, that is it. No communication whatsoever. But
See,
if I
you're not gonna tell them, say it never work out.
no, no,
High and dry, sir.
honestly, we just high and dry. It's just
No,
bye bye.
miss. They not have to let them know, say, I'm happy that you too. So now approach this thing a little bit weird. We not have to tell the people. Only can't leave them because remember, if the shoe was on the other foot, chances are you'd feel some type of way if the person just leave you high and dry. You have to say no, thank you for the date. Really appreciate the drinks, the whatever. But it just not look like it going anywhere. But you gotta say it properly. It
But
not look like it
even
going
then,
somewhere.
cause some of these guys are like a very bad circuit. Them just chip in and chip out. Speaking from experience, I had a date the other day early up in the year in the summer, and the first date was fine. He was a lawyer, so like after the first date, the next day we texted the night. Then the next day, I think I texted him, no response, blue tick. The next morning again, I think he finally decided to answer. Then he said he had to go to court, and then that was it. And then I'm like, oh, okay then. And no communication in the day. And then in the night, I'm going to get a message like, oh, how was your day? And it's always like that, inconsistent communication. So honestly, me just blue tick him and I never text him back after that. Because
But
it's
can it
chipping
be?
and
A genuine situation though? Job demand, because I mean a lawyer, them kind of like flow in
yeah, but
demand, you know.
the chip in and chip out and you blue tick me and then I can't bother with that.
Well, the blue
That like
ticking part is a
it's
different case.
it's better you say to me that my day is going to be busy, so my responses might not be as consistent, something to let
So
me
it's
know.
back
But
to
that's
communication again.
so, yeah, but even so sometimes it not even matter to them because them too they're like circuits too, so me not responding to them after the first date um is nothing to them because they do it
Them already
too.
out of it, right?
Yeah.
I get that. I get that. But we still not answer the question, you know. Well, you said 6 weeks
Yeah,
is long enough to say whether
long,
this
long
person is
enough
in
for
it
me
for
to
the long
know if
haul.
I really like this person. So listening to them conversations, well, for me, I usually say to guys from the beginning that I am looking for a relationship, not necessarily from you, but
Mm-hmm.
if I am to get into something with anybody, any male of any sort, it is
Yeah.
something serious, and I'm not looking for a friend with benefits because let's be honest, it's not really hard to get men out of their pants. So I'm not really looking for a friend with benefits. So if I'm getting into anything with anybody,
Yeah.
a relationship is the goal. So if I say that to them and they say okay then and them still stick around, I'm gonna have it in my head that you two are aiming to have a relationship too.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. For me, I would probably say that if you are, like you said, communicating constantly, that's something that okay, you're interested because nobody got time to waste time around here. So if you're constantly communicating and all of that, then I will believe that okay, you probably have time or you're making time. I am a priority. So you're probably interested. Also, if you make it your point of duty to ensure that I'm okay, some people they feel like asking you if you eat or something is enough. I don't know why this generation of men like to ask if you eat, and it's not like them a put send you some cash to your account and say order something to eat. Them just ask if
Or order
you
food for
eat,
you and
right? I
make it
mean,
deliver. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that part they help you. But I'm very frank and very practical, you know. If you do that, I'm gonna ask you like, are you prepared to buy something for me? I'm very frank. Anybody that dates me know. Shanik is very frank and practical. But I guess I have been dating the strong minded people because nobody not tell me off as yet. Yes, I'm remembering YouTube, the people I'm over YouTube, I say remember YouTube. All right, Damien said Damien said if he and she set goals to get a place to live together, because that's a commitment in itself, yeah, in and of itself, to need a reassurance where this is going, because nobody wants to invest so much of them time to casually go. Okay, but I don't think you'll be getting a place together that early out. I don't think anybody is gonna get a place together that early out. No. That's a for later on. How long you plan for date that is somebody that you are going to house together? I am not making a commitment with not even a person that I've been dating for a year. Please, excuse me. Hell no. I need to see a ring on my damn finger before we try to do that.
Okay, talk truth. I
Hold
will
on,
be
hold
no
on.
one's
Within a
maid.
year, within a year.
I will be no
Yeah.
one's maid.
Me
I
not put
agree
no house together
wholeheartedly
with
with that.
nobody with a year.
Nope.
Hell
No,
no.
I'm not playing no dolly
Ring
house.
off
Me
the tip on my
sorry. I'm
finger.
not doing.
Hello,
No,
please.
man, for real. No
Me
dolly
not play that
house.
game there.
No, we play that one me little. Me not play it again.
Right? Me not run
I'm
that
not
joke
better
there.
than no.
And
So
I
somebody
know.
asked me, somebody take it, people take it for granted when I say no that me and my fellow don't live together. I don't. Me don't know if it's my Christian principles or what, or I don't even think it's a Christian principle. Me just think we're for married.
No, honestly, if you're going to be living with
I
a
think it
man,
makes sense.
you
I think when I look at
know,
it and I see what happened with other persons as well, when you use
yeah,
other person's lives and their experiences as your guide, I think it makes sense. Now, why is it that I'm going to go play Dolly House with you for 2, 3, 5 years, 10 years down the line? What, if I can do all of that, why is it so hard and why is it such a fear to get married? Why? I don't understand that part.
exactly,
So
because
for me personally, I won't be playing that game.
you're
And
living with
that
the
that
person.
that I am definitely upfront. Probably I am not upfront about a lot of stuff, but that one is a deal breaker. Is a no no. It won't happen.
Everything
We'll do
together.
visits. Yeah, we'll do
That is
visits.
the thing,
I'll visit,
because
but
will
I'm
our
not.
men
No.
are they going to commit to us if we're willing to live with them? We're washing, we're cooking, we're
Right,
That too.
cleaning,
right. You're
we're
Exactly.
taking
That
exposing them
care of
to
too.
too
That
them.
too.
much.
And then sometimes when you live with them now, you easily get pregnant. Then next thing, you have a baby, you have everything going on. Why them a go and marry to you if them have everything already? No, 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 no. You married to me
Yeah.
first, then we move
You
in.
hear
No,
Damien say a year is too long. No, it's not too long, sir. A
A
year
year is
not
too
too
long
long
for what?
to move in with somebody. Me not moving.
no,
A year is
I
too
want
long,
to
no,
move
as in that
because
Kevin.
you
the,
see,
the
some men
year
and
is too
woman think
long. So
differently.
he's saying 6 months is
You
a
want
good
moving
enough
with
time.
somebody?
He's thinking
No,
of a
sir.
shorter time.
But then
Yeah.
again,
Wow.
I realize
Well,
that the
everybody
men.
adjust differently. So I can't even say anything about that. But there's probably nothing wrong with his thinking. It's just that why is it that I'm gonna move in with you? If we can move in together, that's a long-term commitment and you'll probably see a future with this person. Why is it that I can't
Put on one
pull
ring.
see further than that to the future? Yes, to say, okay, I'm going to actually just stay with this person for a lifetime.
Yeah.
I don't understand that part. Why is it that people keep on straying away from that so much?
The
And
We
it's
ring
can't
like
fix
you
even.
it, them
stray,
say.
and
But
to me, it's like
nowadays,
you're being a hypocrite too because you're straying away from it. You don't want to get married, but yet you're doing everything what married people do. So the different, like me, not
but it's a
understand with the
different.
confusion and why they're so reluctant to just get hitched. Is either you want the person, you don't want the person. I think after a certain point in time, both just be honest with yourself and you know what it is. I think that's a part of it too. You
But then
know you
it,
want the
we can't
person
even talk
to
about
marry or
moving
not.
in. We can't even talk about moving in with these guys, because let's be honest, a lot of these guys still live with their mother. And I don't know what it is that nowadays guys in them late 20s to early 30s, them still live with their mother and I talk about, oh, may I
Yeah,
save money to buy a house.
And
Hello?
no, nothing wrong with that
people
still
back.
because that is a smart move. I'm not gonna judge that because that's a smart move. Stay with your parents until you have little money and can make a
That's
big step.
why.
But
Nothing
these are
wrong
the
with
men
that.
that have the
But
most
at the
demands.
same
Like,
time,
sir, if your mother no cook, just take it up. And then you have the
that's
audacity to
right, right. You still have
them.
to be some form of independent while living with your parent. Right. That's
Exactly.
true.
No, no, no. Them still if you knock on window at night time, and that is why them want come itch up in a your local house where you rent,
And them
and then
clothes is being washed by their
wash
moms, so them
and
a come with the pressure for
That's
put by
so,
you
but
now.
look further into
no.
marriage. That's also gonna pose a problem because he's gonna want you to do everything like what mommy
Like
used to
his
That's
do. And
mom.
no, sir,
that
Yep.
that's not how
that
that's
is
going
what
to work. You're
that
gonna
is
have
what
to
my
contribute.
grandma that is what my grandma said to me before she passed. She said to me that, listen, any man that you're gonna commit to, ensure that he knows to do things for himself, because he's
Right.
gonna expect
Yep.
you to be doing
Right.
everything, and you are
Right.
not a maid. You are not a
Mm-hmm.
maid.
Two hands
Again,
clap all the time
that's what
for
I said
me.
in the beginning. I'm not going to be a maid for nobody. I'm sorry.
Two hands
And
No,
even
clap.
no,
because some
no.
of them too, even though they know how to do stuff, is like they take it for granted that they're living with someone. And
Yes.
we have the stigma unspoken stigma that girls do the housework and the chores and stuff. So some persons won't use their conscience and say, "Oh yeah, make your whole a room too. I can load up the machine and I can do such and
But
such."
but but
So
in
even though
all
they know how to do
fairness,
stuff for themselves, they still go and leave everything on your same way.
in all
Mm-mm.
fairness though, from top to bottom, I don't have a problem if the guy lives with his mom. Um, but I'm going to tell you this: if you're going to make serious moves with me, that's the first one that you'll have to make. You're gonna have to move out of that house. We're not gonna make any serious move until you decide, which is why I have the line step by step what I want when I'm dating somebody. You're gonna put a ring on my finger, and naturally, if you put a ring on my finger, it means that you're not prepared to have me move into your house with your mom. It means that we're about to form a family by ourselves. So once you make that initiative to put a ring on my finger, now we're gonna house surf to find a house for two of us. And then while we find that, the marriage come in, we settle in, and then the kid comes along. Because if we start do everything else before doing that, then people are gonna get comfortable. Soon him start invite you over in the house with his mom, and I don't really 100% appreciate that because I like to be comfortable and I don't like to feel uncomfortable. And I like feel like me I impose upon somebody. I like to move at my own pace, at my own time. Everything I like to. I don't know. Probably me not ready for marriage. So me, it's gonna tell me. But like
No,
the thing
I
when
think
I'm
that's
ready, me like cook when me
fine.
ready, what I want, and all of that. So
I also don't think it's
I have a
appropriate. Like,
question. I have a
it's just
question.
weird.
all right, Javi.
I have a question for the females here. Why females put so much pressure on men
I you
concerning
say it. I you say it.
concerning marriage? Because some of the time,
Oh,
we feel intimidated
Why
some
is
of
it
the time.
pressure?
Some of the time we no pressure, some of the time
Why is it
it's not
pressure?
it is not that we are not sure about you. Some of the times we are not sure about ourselves. So
Okay, fine.
elaborate on that for me. Sure
Mm-hmm.
about yourself in what terms?
because we some of the times we are not in the position to get married. Not to say that you are not in the position, but we know that if we engage in marriage now, we are going to display the same behavior. Not going to change. So it's like we're going to be hypocrite about ourselves. Because we know we're not going to change, but just to please you and the crowd, we are going to tie the knot and get married.
Oh,
But deep
Javi,
down,
hold on. Go look deeper in the position part. What position is it that, and why? What is it that you're not being honest about with yourself? Is it that you not have woman on the road and you feel like say you no can't drop the woman them so you no want
All
so you
right,
no want commit?
conversation.
What is
behavior.
it? What is it
Conversation.
exactly?
The thing is, behavior change don't happen overnight,
Right?
and it going to take a little period. So I think that is why most
So
men
like a
kind of
forever
really
period, but okay.
no man, it's not a forever period. I think, but we just need a little time to really get
Valid
ourselves
point,
into a
Damien.
No,
better
all right,
position,
fine. All right,
so
fine. You need
so
a
we
little
can be
time,
the
but what
best.
time is appropriate? What time is appropriate? Because
It,
for
it is
the
unique to
point of view
everyone.
that Shanique
Listen,
and I have is that we just not gonna shackle up and play dolly house with any man. So
Yeah, I
what
don't like the
time
shocking up
period
part.
is what is a reasonable one for you to find out what it is that you want exactly? Because I mean, if it is that you don't want marriage, fine, but let me go on to find someone who wants the same thing as me.
I agree. I
Because
agree.
the more time I spend waiting on you to find yourself is me wasting time for myself.
I
My looks
agree.
are gonna
I
fade after
agree.
a while, my body now go up again, So guess
I
what?
agree.
My clock a tick minutes. I needs to get going. Me
exactly. Plus,
can't
have
behave like
no.
Shakari Richards not stay in a last place because that's gonna reach for you.
I agree.
So
Plus,
me
when I
need
have
to know the proper time frame or the most reasonable estimate of the time frame you're thinking of to find out what yourself is, because I mean after you reach 25 or so, I think everybody kind of know themselves at that point.
exactly that's exactly what I was saying. And I have the whole on the
And
early
if you're
20s
talking to the
to
person
be
for
a whore.
6 months to a year, you know if you want to stay with the person, you know if you're gonna beat the girl and you know if you're gonna beat the man, you know say all right, you know that person you're too slight, I can't manage them something here. You're not have to live with the person to see those things. So what time frame do you need to find out? I mean, at some point, depending on how you feel about the person, you know, say, all right, me go wear the side chick them, me must get leave them. All right, you know what, them not really so important. You
Well,
still, you like you just know.
is there an
You just
opposition as
know.
to the length of engagement. I see your point over there, Damien. Damien says, but Queen B, remember, putting on a ring is just a promise and fulfill his role as a man. That's why most men afraid. Me see your
No,
point. I mean, putting on a ring, of course, is a promise, and of course, putting on a ring for engagement and then falling out of love with a person or seeing something that you really
that's
didn't
what I mean.
want to
That's
see,
that's
the
the
ring
next thing
can
you
drop
know.
off. Same way.
I mean, ain't no engagement for more than a year. Nope.
Okay,
No,
so I
Not
was
more
just
than
going to
not
ask
go
that.
past a
I was
year. That
just going
wedding
to
must be planned
ask.
in a year.
I was just going to ask about the length of time for an
No man,
engagement.
that wedding must be
no.
planned within a
If
year.
if a year has surpassed, then he has to propose again. Cause
Oh, that's a new rule
That
now.
is
yeah,
unrealistic. Is
That
that
is
he
a
has to
new
propose
rule.
necessary?
at 1 year,
So it's a new
and then
ring?
that is the thing, no, because then when after they propose, you see, if you don't take it up on yourself as the female to start making wedding plans, that
True, that
man
They
is
will
will
true.
hold
sit
it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
down
they will hold it
and
out for
make
true.
that engagement roll, not on the marriage. After six
but that's
months,
what I'm
sir,
wondering.
get your
I'm
cup,
wondering if
go
some
into the
persons
action.
just take the ring and just sit down and I think a
No,
discussion needs to be had too because I mean right as you propose to me same night me need to know which month you think for talk about
No,
wedding.
man, that
We
is too
needs
much of
to
a
know
stress.
which
The same
month.
night? Oh,
Oh,
God.
you mean this? Me not play. No, me not itch. Cause as I said, 1 year not going past. I need to know which month. So if it's going, so if you propose to me
We
in
not
June
pressure
and in
Javi
June
now,
we
we
get
know, because
married,
that's
that
why
means
I'm
to say a
ask.
1 year. That means it's 1 year. So I need to know same night so that I can
it's
make.
not
Wedding
pressure.
expensive.
It's not pressure, Burrell.
It's not pressure because you're supposed to know what you
That's
want.
why them no want ask about the engagement part, because them know say you have got hit the ground running after that. Because
but
see, they know.
No,
That's
that's
why they're
my
afraid
point
to
is
ask.
that Queen Bee, I think as man, we just need to we need to man up certain way and deal with certain stuff
That's
internally
easy.
bef-
Right.
that's
before we
That's
really
the
conversation.
real
approach.
But
issue. That's the
Yeah,
real
and I think
issue.
and because we not man up and deal with internally, we succumb to the pressure of society and also woman,
Right.
married me, and
No, but
we
that's not the
married
pressure of society because persons are detracting from that in my opinion more than ever. Persons are now
well, if my
settling to
marriage me
be
see I take place
to
now,
well,
living
we know what my
to living
status.
together without being married. So
We
all
know
right,
what
I'm
my
saying
status.
society in the context where you've been together for a while and then
Them expect you for married within a
yeah,
certain
simple
time.
people say your parents, your friends, so a full time married her,
Yeah,
because
but
remember I said
real.
Javi,
But
they
it's a
don't
real
know the
talk.
internal
But that's a real talk because
issues
I
behind.
mean,
but
But them don't
Javi,
know. But them I see the outside and outside pretty, but them don't know the internal issues behind that.
all
Think
right,
that
yeah, but
sorry.
Javi, think
But
about it.
you
Javi, that is still
You're not gonna deal
deflecting
with somebody
because
for 10 years and not marry them.
then it
yeah,
makes
but
no sense. Then you should dissolve that relationship. You shouldn't even
That
make it
look
get to
a
that
way, man.
point. You shouldn't make it get to that point, in my opinion. If it is that the internal not so pretty, and you see like the internal now fix, dissolve that and move on.
Let the
Dissolve
girl
and move
go.
on
And I
because
think that's
you
the issue,
still
Them want hold on to the lady while fixing themselves. And the
And
lady they I
they
it's
need
not
to
want and
fair.
understand
want
too
And it's
and
that
not fair.
want.
we have
But
our
hold on now, you see when
biological
them do
clock.
come to the realization now, them come to the realization, gone, find another little one, and then reach to them realization quick and marry the little one. There. So why you couldn't come to the
Ah,
realization sooner
that's
and leave
another
me
thing. I've
alone?
seen that already.
Yeah,
I've
it
seen that
happens.
happen.
It
Them there with
happens.
somebody
So
for 10 years, never marry
yes,
she, and then that leaves me to question, was the one that them there with for the 10 years the one? Because if as you find she after you left that 10-year one, yeah, you marry she. Why you never wait all that 10 years again? Why is only 1 year you take for
right. Why so
decide
quick?
whether
Why
you
so
want to
quick?
marry
Right.
she?
Right. And it's not necessary that the person is in a better situation. It's like
So
none of those things are
sometimes
normally.
I think the men need to get down to it and say, is this the one for you?
I
And
think they
just make
just
the
need to be
decision by
honest with
themselves.
themselves. I think they need to be honest with themselves. I think
Because
they
they must
just,
string the lady them along too
yeah,
and
them
long.
just sit down and say, you know what, life
my
happened. I
time.
already have her. We just continue chugga. I really want her, but at the same time, I not confront the part of their life right now. Until
Yeah.
they reach a point where them just can't probably hide from themselves anymore and then they move on and leave you hurt, which that's why I say it's unfair. Because if you know that you really don't want the person, you know that look, this is not something I really and truly want to put up with. Because then again, It's not really about what you can do. Sometimes you have to compromise. So okay, they have this little what should I say now? This little trait that I don't particularly like, but
Right?
I don't feel like I can put up with it. Like I know after a certain point, I'm gonna snap. I don't feel like I can deal with this long term. That's being honest with yourself, and you say, you know what, we have to go dissolve, because guess what? This is gonna create a problem. I
It
don't think I
definitely,
can. I don't think I see a solution around it. So guess what? I'm just gonna not be selfish and make you go and go try to see if I
which
can get somebody
which
else
is
and me try
why
do what me
which
can
is
do.
why my approach is the way my approach is from
Right.
day
That's why.
one.
That's why I have that
I
same
leave
approach to avoid
everything
all of
on the
that.
table because I don't
Y-
want to waste time. I'm not interested in wasting time. You either take it or you leave it. Remember, I told you this. And I mean, I can always say that a lot of people ask me, I've been dating my fellow for what? Coming up on we're coming up on 5 to 6 years now. And a lot of people asking, how you guys don't marry yet? What you guys waiting on? Stuff like that. He has said he's interested in getting married and all of that. There is a legal issue that we have going on. So even if we wanted to make that move, we still couldn't make that move. So there is questions in my mind sometimes to say, okay, if this wasn't in the way, would we have gone forward? And then I'm wondering, could you engage me? But then do I want a long engagement? So there's a lot of things that toys with my situation, which sometimes get to me and him understand because when it get to me, I just clap on him same time. You get me? But that's our bridge and our situation to climb on. But separate and apart from that, with general people and their situation, I honestly don't believe in people dating past a certain. If it was left to, if I didn't have the legal situation, I would want to hope that we would have already done the marriage part and out of the way with that. And children, because you notice me not do none of them stuff there as yet. But Javi has a valid point where he said that a man has to know, and I honestly believe that if a man isn't or hasn't made up his mind about a woman, it's one of the worst thing to have that man married to you. Ladies, do not force the man. If the man does not make the move, it means that he has not made up his mind about you, and you are in for disaster if the man has not made up his mind. Do not force that man to get
Yeah,
with you. It is
that's that.
better you decide to opt out of that situation. If you feel like you're waiting too long, you have to make that decision for yourself to get out of that situation. If you can't wait no longer, it's better for you. I had a friend, she wanted to marry this guy so much, but he was just not making the moves that she thought a man should make. He wasn't getting his driver's license, he wasn't doing his degree, he was just being with her.
He
You
was
get
just
me? And she felt
existing.
frustrated. Yeah, she felt frustrated because she's doing all of the things with her life, and she would want to know that the partner is not going to be a baggage to her later on. She wants to see him make the move them for secure the future, secure their future together. But he wasn't making the move. So she decided, after careful consideration, to opt out of the situation. And then you know what happened? After she opt out of the situation, the guy found a proper job, started doing his degree, get him driver's license, all of the lovely things that she's been begging him for years to do. You know what that says? He was just not the right guy for you. And then look now, the nigga engaged and I go get married, you know. After all of
That's
that waiting,
her.
so
All
That's a
you
that.
just
tough.
have to make that
That's a tough
conscious
situation.
decision. Yeah?
I may say that's a tough situation. That is just sad.
Yeah, it's tough because she's been waiting for him to do everything. It's almost come like acrimony. The girl wanted all of this lovely thing, and then as soon as she up out of the situation, it just started happening. And you cannot force the universe to do something that it's not supposed to do. And I believe a lot of people end up in very awful relationships because we're trying to force things that really shouldn't be. If something
Yeah.
not work, things should be easy. I believe that relationship should be easy. You shouldn't be frustrated about anything. Things must just happen and flow the way they are supposed to flow. I don't think it really should take anybody 10 years to get to know somebody, not even 1 year, because I've seen people, I have friends who have met in 6 months and married within a year, and they are going on their 39th wedding anniversary. So you see, if
Wow.
something is to be, I really don't believe it should be forced. People shouldn't be upset and a quarrel and everlasting one piece of drawn out business. If it is to be, it's going to be very easy. It's not going to be hard. Love should never be hard, and hear me talking like me married long time. But I'm just
Yeah.
speaking on
That is
behalf of
true
my
though.
friends who
That is
I've
true.
seen gone on the way, and they have spoken to me. So I know the ins and outs and the ups and downs, because it comes with it. Because it's two different personalities. So you're gonna have arguments. So nothing wrong with argument. You're gonna have disagreements. It's two different personality. One is male and one is female. Thing they won't see things the same way. So there will be conflicts and confrontations. Some, if not most of the time. So that shouldn't be a deal breaker to say, okay, you're arguing a lot, you are having a lot of conflicts and stuff like that. That's not a deal breaker. But it should not be hard. It shouldn't be a competition. You should, if you're in a relationship and you find yourself competing with a person, something is wrong. You guys should be cheering each other on. You can't have somebody where no clap for you when you're winning, and in a relationship with that person that's not keeping. Something is wrong there. So there's a lot of things. We can have a discussion on red flags another time, but the love should not be difficult. It should not be difficult. It shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be forced. It should be easy, and it should just flow. Yes. But now I'm none for run back at me and say with it.
No man, agreed, agreed.
But
It
this one
shouldn't be
here, say
fine.
yes, sir.
Shouldn't be fine.
Because
Yeah.
because the man noticed time running out, so he marries, and
Time,
married the
look
one
here.
he
That
meet within 6 months
men,
after he
you see this,
was in a relationship for six
you
years.
see the time
So you see
pattern,
that
men.
now that not
Men don't
right.
have no clock. Men can get. Women can't follow men with certain things. Men can't always get another one quick, quick. We're the ones who are on the clock.
Yeah, because we have to wait and be
Right,
hunted while the man
right,
hunt. So him can
right,
just easily pick up another lady,
right,
because ladies are out there waiting. While
right.
we
So
know we have to wait for another man to find us attractive and to take us and then decide to marry us.
I think women, I think you guys should not worry about it too much. Just allow the man to be the man. Allow the man to take charge. Allow the man to take control over all things pertaining to marriage. Allow
No,
the
because then we're
But
gonna sit
how
down
long
and
is
wait
that?
till
Yeah, how
we're
long
gonna
is
sit down
that
and
though?
wait till
uh,
how long break before them decide, and then you hear so we can't have no kids because we miss a fertility window.
Eh. I mean,
No.
I have no kids out of wedlock. If it happen, boy, I must not me there on so check to see if I mean
I'm just trying to bring across the point. Say, man should not coerce in terms of getting married. And I think at that happen nowadays a lot. Women are forced the man them to get married, and some of the time the man them now
Well,
make it right. You
that
know.
will always end in failure as far as I
that's true,
see.
yeah. Cause as me
I,
say, if
I,
the
I
man not
really see it that way
interested,
because if the person wanted to, they would have
exactly. Don't force the man them.
mm-mm, not going to
Don't
work.
force, yeah.
But the difference is what we are saying is that we're laying out our standards and what it is that we expect. So we're
And
not
Javi,
forcing you. We're just letting you know that after a certain time we kind of going to be running along because obviously you're not ready yet.
and Javi, what wanna call wife material? Because a girl will try to hint you to marry her by cooking your food, washing your clothes. She'll try to get the idea now. Say, all right, it's marriage time now. So she start wash your clothes, she cut your little fingernail, shave your little armpit for you, cook your food, and all these lovely things. Wanna consider wife material?
I think you hit the nail on the head. All of them stuff that you mentioned.
Yeah, so why
You,
when the ladies are into
you,
no make the move?
yes, as me I say,
They
some of the
find a little
times
excuse.
you guys are not the problem. Me personally, wife material, I like when women are embody feminists. As I say, cook, clean, and them. All of them something they, you
Yeah.
really think women are wife material. But some of the times it's not the women are the problem, but the men are the problem.
So
You
how
know.
we fix to
We,
know? Cause we're ready for married.
I mean, we have to fix
I think
ourselves. For one, we have to be, we have to be.
you just have to have the conversation and
But
find
we
out
want
where
help. We
their
want to
mind is
help
at.
them along. We want to help
No,
them
you can't.
along
You still can't do that because that would embody forcing the man
to
to marry
marry.
you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the only thing you can do is say, look, I'm doing all this and I feel like we're not making any moves towards
We not
marriage,
make
and that's
headway.
really and
Yeah.
truly my end goal. And I mean, we've been together for how long? So what is it that you're thinking? And just be real and just be honest and just be open for whatever the answer is going to be.
So is it then out of spite that if you date a man for 6 years and you not see him do him supposed to do and then you step out? Is it out of spite him go marry somebody within 6 months then? For sure you say you should have did wait. Is it
I
out of
No,
don't
spite?
know.
that can also dictate that probably possibly you are not the right person. Because
You see
why
then also
married?
someone that likes a life to have a manual. We don't love this. Cause you can't know. How do you know?
You feel it in your guts.
Jesus, the amount of time I feel things that my gut right now. Oh
You
God,
feel it
because
in
I'm
your guts.
certain that friend, she
But
real.
I
Come
can
here, tell you.
understand.
Yeah,
I can understand it from a woman's perspective. I mean, you're not gonna just want to sit there for years,
waiting, it's hard.
wait and
And
yeah.
their
So
friend them a ask you the question, them come here tell you, them not stop eat me,
yeah, I mean, you're not gonna. But the key thing is so I think women go wrong when them try to force a man, and once you don't
So
force
Agreed.
him over
that's a
that
turn
time,
off.
Agreed.
That turns the man off.
um, it can be a bit stressing. It can be a bit stressing because some of the time I mean, before marriage, you just want to ensure that. I mean, in a life, everything now go run smooth, but you want to ensure that necessary pieces are put together to ensure say marriage.
That's
And
what
some of
me.
the time, some of the time man come under extreme stress,
Yeah,
because
because you
the
guys
man at the head of
say
the
you're the
household, the man,
leaders. Exactly.
right. And I got this one go married so and other things outside that gonna affect your marriage negatively, you know.
I
So
understand that part, because I mean, if the pressure is going to come after the marriage, then you might want to prepare yourself for that pressure that comes after.
right.
So, wow, boy, this thing called life,
I
you see?
think
But
you see where that is concerned. I don't know. It's like to me it just sounds like a big excuse because the pressure will always be there, regardless of whether you're married or not. So
Ah,
if you're not married and the pressure is there, when you get married, the pressure doesn't go away. It's still there. So why is it still a big
that's
um
true. That's
hurdle?
another
Why is
point.
it
That's
a big
another
hurdle for
point.
you to just say, okay, I'm still just gonna, you know what? I feel like, because remember, you're with the person and you're with the person probably say a year or more. So if the pressure is gonna be there regardless, why you can't just cross that hurdle? I just think it's a big excuse. I think they know in themselves, they know in just like he said in their gut, they know they just want to do things
A
on
over
their
word that
time.
come
They
back
want to
on
do
bite them.
things, yeah, they want to do things their way and they want to enjoy everything. It's like they want to have them cake and eat it too.
Eat
Basically,
it
that's what they
so.
want. That
Right?
basically that's what it sounds like. Because I mean, if the pressure is there, whether you're married, yes or no, what is the problem getting married then? There is
And
no
I
issue
think
with the marriage. They just
I
don't want
think
to.
I think men should allow the lady to bear some of the burden. I think they're taking too much onto themselves that is not necessary, because I mean, when you marry somebody, it's not
It's two
just
persons
you,
coming
it's
together.
two people.
Right,
So you can't say,
right,
okay, my finances are not in place, so I don't want to marry just yet because my finances
right,
are not in place. You have to
right.
ensure, say, this. That's why you said, Javi, that you prefer a lady who is independent and stuff, so she has things going for her as well, so that when you marry, she know it won't be just you clapping. She gonna help you clap as well. So you don't have nothing to worry about really if you marry a
I
lady
mean,
that
but
is independent.
as the team leader, you are gonna be. you're gonna be accountable.
responsible.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna be hold yourself
yeah.
Yes,
accountable
but
for
she's
anything,
supposed to
you
be
know?
there. She should be
But sugar
behind you. So
help
yes,
you.
you're
Yeah,
accountable.
sugar
She should
help
be your
you.
support. She's not
She's
supposed to
going to
lie
help
down and
you.
expect say you're gonna just do everything. How kind of woman that? Then I wrong woman,
Y-
you look for them.
Yeah, sugar help you.
Because
I
if
think
she just
men
gonna lie
take
down
on
and wait
too
for you for
much.
bringing everything, then she's of no use.
Yeah, I think men
Mm-hmm.
should allow
She
ladies
should
to
be
help.
there to support it. Is either she gonna rub your head back when you go out and you have to do some hard work, or she gonna make sure that she manage the money wisely. So when you're bringing in the
Cook your
money
food
and you
when you
say, look
come
at
in.
this, me up, the money juggle. So the house still run. And I mean, if you give her something and you say, oh, go buy something else, you say, she knows, all right, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna spend the money upon that. I'm gonna put on little bits because a rainy day might come. That's
And
the
I
type of
don't
woman you're
think
supposed to
ladies
have.
do
So
that. I don't think
you
ladies do
shouldn't be
that, you
that
know.
pressured.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think you should be
ladies do
that
that
pressured.
because ladies are known to be misers. Them have the money stashed. Whether you think them now have it stashed or
Some
not,
of
it
them,
normally stashed.
not the new age ones. So
Or
maybe
the new
that's
one,
why
them don't
most of
see them not
the
save.
gentlemen are pressured. So it's like him want to buy it's like him everything upon film plate. And Miss Mama's over
Yes,
there live
Damien,
life
I
and she
remember you
not really
guys over there.
assist.
Yeah.
I
But that
understand.
shouldn't be the case because as we were saying earlier, it's teamwork and teamwork made the dream work. So if he's going out and he's doing the hard work, you should be working too. Quite frankly, both persons should be working. It don't really
Yeah,
matter what the pay range and whatever is it is, but whatever it is that is coming together, two is better than one. So when the two are combined, it shouldn't you guys should still be a force to reckon with. Whatever it is that you guys are working with should work for your family unit.
that's true. The men need to give the woman a chance because I'm sure if you're with a girl that you deemed marriageable, she's going to back you up. And there's one thing I wanted to talk about, but I think I'm going to leave that for our other session because it has a lot of things stemming from it. It's about marrying and who should take care of the bill for the wedding and stuff like that. That's for another time. So yeah. So
Only thing we
with
can say,
yeah,
no, I was gonna say the only thing I can say about that is that I'm saving my money from now because Miss Mamas wants to go to Paris for
all
her.
right. That's our honeymoon part.
Um, yes, but
No,
not,
so what? So
Bobby
what
too
pay for your
local to
wedding?
me.
So what pay
Bobby
for your
too
wedding?
local to me. Say again.
Who's paying for the wedding?
I have no problem contributing to that because you see I'm coming up with style and all these things. So my dress I go bomb. I know that I go expensive. So if Mr. Man can't angle it, I probably can give my little
You see
assistance.
it, the woman help, guys. We need to
Yeah, but you
recognize
see,
that the woman
everybody
will
should
help.
know the type of person that they're getting together with, and they should know the type their financial history and situation
Right,
and
right.
whatever it is. Weddings are expensive, so I mean,
Two and a half a clap
the
from
go-
them time there.
yes, I mean, if you're not married, somebody would a look a change. Then you have to be realistic. I don't think it's sensible to take out a loan.
No, sir, me not
So
do that.
you work within your means and you alter your dreams for
Go
how
on a
you want the
RGD
whole
if you can't
situation
afford
to
it.
come out, and you do what you're doing.
Yeah. But that's for another discussion because we are two
Yeah, man,
minutes
I
away
shall
from
be back.
wrapping up. So, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. Damien definitely saw your comments, and we will continue from your comments with our next session. Guys, I want to thank you again for joining us. Thank you for your input. The video will be posted, and so feel free to go and watch yourself back, listen to yourself back. I'm gonna stay that way there. And see you next time. Look out for the link sharing and the topic of the session. So, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Yeah, good night, Queen Bee. And I like these discussions.